if you could talk to that person and ask about his artwork directly. You cannot ask him because he passed away. But imagine if you be able to do that, what kind of door and what kind of opportunity, what kind of experience it opens up for you. So you get to know the art better, you get to know the artist better. Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Davani, Dave Davani. I'm originally from Iran mixed with Italy. I've been living in Thailand for 10 years and beautiful country. If you visit here, try Pat Kapao.
And you are doing business about generative AI to enhance human experience.
We do a lot of exhibitions and generative AI just made our job kind of easier. You know, my background is art. I've been working as an art director for quite big companies in Thailand. And my stop point to being a full-time employee was the AI. Well, once I found out that so many of the process that we do, it could be streamlined by AI, even it was very early stage of AI, but it really made me to think that I can be the person just myself to always be out of the box, so I don't need to convince other people to follow me to be out of the box. As long as I have tool and I can express my emotions, my feeling and my art, so I can always stand out of the box. Well, AI helped us a lot on this.
Can you share a little bit more about using generative AI to enhance human experience in exhibitions? Because I still don't quite understand, and I'm pretty sure that our audience still thinking about it.
If you have ever been to Siam Paragon 4th floor SCB Next Tech, there is a huge screen at the end of the hallway on top. That's an interactive screen. There is a camera and VR over there that captures everyone that walks in, and that's integrated to their system and designed by a Spanish artist. I can't remember his name, but I met him in person a couple of times. So it takes that into a different pattern. So whatever art piece you see up there, digital art you see up there, it's constantly evolving and changing. That's one thing. The other example I could tell you, there is one big artist actually at the 5th floor. I forgot his name, but he's a very big artist in Thailand. He passed away. He has very interesting artwork. Imagine if you could talk to that person and ask about his artwork directly. You cannot ask him because he passed away. But imagine if you be able to do that, what kind of door and what kind of opportunity, what kind of experience it opens up for you. So you get to know the art better, you get to know the artist better, and maybe you can get more interactions, like maybe you feel him better. Because once you see the artwork is one thing, but you meet the artist and you talk to the artist, you understand the art better because you're syncing with his emotion as well, right? So this kind of interactions, it's something that enhance the human experience into art, as in visual, as in audio. Also, it does also the same thing.
Can you share with us a little bit more about generative AI in audio and in sound engineering?
Yes, I can give you an example. Like generative AI in audio, I use almost every day. How do I use it? There is an generative adversarial networks, and there's another method, time frequency networks, and another method called diffusion models. These has been integrated to one of these DJ software. Well, they never tell you what exactly they use, but I kind of have a sense because I understand the how does it work, so I can guess they use these 3 models to stem a track. Stemming a track means when you put a music track inside your DJ software, you're able to real time isolate each instrument. So,
like drum out of guitar?
Exactly. I can actually show you. But yes, so it gives you the ability to real time stem a track into 4 layers: drums, bass, melody, and vocal.
Wow.
So this is something that helped me personally to make a better mix. When I mix 2 tracks at the same time together, I'm not just tied into the ending and beginning or the breaks and all that. I can actually mix instrument together. That is a very, very good and powerful example. But though the quality, it's not there yet because the technology, it's not there yet. Once we achieve to the high resolution quality, we can, it really changed the game for us. Imagine you're playing in a band and another band member is a robot, and you can communicate with music with that robot. You know, that's opening a totally different door and experience for audience, for musicians, for music lovers, and all.
So do you think musicians will lose their jobs?
I don't think so, because music is something that is like an art, right? You want to feel the artist. You don't want to feel the art piece. You want to feel why. There's always an explanation of why the artist made this art, and that that makes you to feel some certain ways. With the music, it's the same. If I play, for example, with a very low energy, you will feel definitely different. The music is still the same, but the way I perform it is different. But if I play with a lot of energy, with the high frequency, just go at it, perform, you could definitely feel the music in a higher level, right? So for me, as for now, like I mentioned in the panel, up until we see something that we never see or we never heard before, I don't think if the AI could really replace the musicians yet, but definitely start to replacing the producers.
Oh, not musicians, but producers.
Yes.
Can you elaborate more?
Have you heard of Suno AI? Suno AI?
No.
So Suno AI is also another generative model that generate music upon your prompt. So you prompt that you want a classical music, 5 pieces or a quattro or whatever, and that instantly, less than 3 minutes, create 3 minutes, at least a track, full track of this music, right? And you can also add text. You can add lyrics into it.
Wow.
So you might have you heard of Mudang song?
Yeah.
That's AI generated.
Oh.
Right? But you can hear the quality is not there. You can hear some artifacts of the generating this. It's you can hear it. It's not
natural.
Not natural, right? And that is what's stopping us to playing that music in a club. Up until we found the super resolution, audio super resolution, to master that, to find a way to get the best quality. We are just getting brainstorm from what kind of music we can create upon our prompts. That's how it kind of replacing the producer. And more scary side, it could replace the producer on go, so you don't need to have a pre-production. You can just show up at the gig, open your laptop, and constantly generate music on go and keep playing.
Do you think they will replace DJ?
No, not for now. Maybe not replace, but it could goes hand in hand, and then it's gonna be very controversial. You know, personally, I think if I am able to play whatever song I want, and all the tracks, all the song created at the same time, because I prompted to create, it's a very powerful tool that I have in my hands, and it makes me as a DJ to stand out compared to other DJs, because nobody has my tracks, nobody has my sets. So I become a producer on go, a musician on go, and a DJ on go with the power of AI. You get what I mean?
Yeah, one-person team.
Yes, one-man army.
One-man army. Wow, that sounds big.
Yes.
Army is like 10,000 people.
Yes. Well, it actually requires a lot of people to produce music. It's just musicians. You know, back then we go to the studio, we record, and then we did all the transaction from the analog audio to the digital audio. And now from the digital audio, we're stepping out into AI. And this is completely changing the game for the producer, because we're not copy pasting. We are creating the fabric of the sound from the scratch up until the best quality. So it's really going very fast and very interesting.
Okay. And I can feel that the careers that will not be replaced by AI is the forefront. like human-facing careers, but like in back-end production will be replaced by AI.
Yeah,
Is it correct?
Somehow, yeah, I could see. But depends on what kind of businesses we're talking about. Like to be more specific, customer service. This is something that always start as the first thing that company wants to integrate AI to.
Yeah,
Chatbots, it was one of the examples. Because it just doesn't make sense ask one person to sit on the desk and answer the calls and do the repetitive task. But it's also backlashes a lot because we are experimenting, we are not there, but we will be there in a couple of, maybe a year. Or maybe we're already there by now, but it's the accuracy and unpredictability is still there up until we get a proper AI model that we can really rely on.
So if you have to speculate in the next 10 years,
cannot expect 10 years too much. 5 years, give me 5 years.
Okay, fine. 5 years from now, what are the careers that is still safe for humans?
In 5 years. Okay, I have an interesting scenario. Okay, just put this question aside. I had a conversation with ChatGPT. I asked the same thing. I said, imagine everything is perfect. The world is in the best shape. What happened in 5 years?
Right.
And what sort of education we need? What sort of, as a human, what would we need in 5 years? Because in terms of getting into the job market, you need to educate to get into the job market. So it starts from a very scratch beginning, which it brings the AI natives, Now we have a digital nomad and digital natives, but the next generation gonna be an AI natives.
Yeah.
If everything is beautiful, there is no war, there's nothing happening, everything going steady, well, we can predict in 5 years, if everything goes well, we're gonna reach to a very high level of intelligence that sort out all of our finance problems, sort of our, country conflicts between different countries, and so on and so forth, right? Multiplanetary species, all of good things will come. But what if doesn't go the way we imagine it goes? What if it's opposite? What kind of skills would you need? That's also need to be considered, right? So we see the good side if everything is butterfly, and we see, okay, if something happened, if the world war happened, if something global economic crisis happened, what kind of skill it is? Because we still have our kids to grow. We're gonna have humans still need to grow as well, right? That was interesting. The answer from ChatGPT for me was, we all going back to the survival mode. That means you need to learn how to go to the farm and do the farming from the very earliest stage.
I cannot do that.
That means you need to learn how can you negotiate human to human to create a business. How can you learn communication? So you see, if everything is good, of course we can go and imagine everything's butterfly and it's going to be a lot of advancement, but
AGI.
in reality, if something happened, we still have the AI with us. What kind of skill our children or we gonna need to survive? So this was very interesting. That's why I brought it up. It really depends if it's a butterfly or no. It's like exactly opposite, because we're still gonna have AI, but once we achieve AGI, like I mentioned in the panel, it really depends which country gets it first, because the power goes to that country. The whole global power will shift to the country, because you have the most powerful tools for your nation, right?
Sounds scary.
So why would you want to give it to somebody else to activate your competitive, right?
Yeah.
So this is something that we should all consider, live in the moment, and just learn as much as you can and think critically. What if the A didn't happen, the B happened? What happened? So A, B, C, D needs to always be in place.
So you still need a lot of scenarios, probably like more than 3.
I think you could go for 2.
2?
Yeah.
Best case and worst case?
Yeah. And get something in middle.
Okay. And what are the field of study do you recommend high school students to study in their college?
In their college?
Yeah.
I think when it comes to education, my whole concept of education is like revamping however we study, because it doesn't really make sense in this era. We should study earlier, way earlier, but not the way that we go to the school, like more like home school, more like how parents get involved to teaching kids and giving them the accessibility of some sort of technology, and also have in mind that we are all human. We have to also develop our human senses as well. So I would say definitely anything related to computer science is one thing, but we have to see and wait until we achieve AGI and see what are the breakthroughs that is happening, right? If it's in the healthcare, there's a breakthrough in the healthcare, or maybe temporary for the next 5 years, maybe study something related to healthcare with technology. So it becomes really like depends when. Like I cannot just say for the future you have to study coding, you have to study, it's really not certain. So go year by year and see and try to predict the future, and then take a sense of what's the best to go for your children.
I'm surprised that you don't recommend studying arts.
If you're rich, study art. If you don't need money, study art.
Oh, so you are rich, well off. You don't need money, apparently.
Apparently.
Okay. What are the 3 most critical skills that you think people should develop right now in order to stay relevant in the future?
Critical thinking, I think, is a frontier. Communication, it's very important, because like I mentioned, communication is not just the language, it's how we communicate. And any skills that relates to technology, I would say how to research, how to find the right quality, good quality information. It's going to be also quite a skill.
Okay.
For now. I'm
Sure.
not sure for future. Maybe you can assign your agent to do that for you.
So critical thinking, communication, and research.
Yes.
Sure. Because you need to learn a lot more in the future, right? And you never know what you need to learn.
Well, one thing is very important. It's about education and learning. This was also an answer from a GPT that I asked for two different scenarios. I asked, how would be our education system? It breaks down like in the future, because it's keep evolving. You need to learn until the day that you retired, right? There is no stop for you to not to learn. So you have to always think that it's a progressive process for you to always learn. So that's why you have to be open, and it's not enough, never is enough, because maybe once you know something, it's gonna be not useful in 2 years.
Right, obsolete already.
Obsolete already. Now, people like 5 years ago, they send their kids to learn how to code. So it's gonna be obsolete in five more years. Example, right? Still, you're gonna use it, but you are spending that much time of doing all those codes will be obsolete. This is an example. In so many different sectors and area also applies.
Right, okay. So if audience wants to know more about you and wants to follow you, is there any channel?
Yes, LinkedIn, I guess. You can
LinkedIn?
follow me on LinkedIn. Dave Davani is my name and last name. I also just opened my YouTube channel. I'm educating people about sound, frequency, and the relation between all of those with technology and how we can influence people by vibration and frequency. The channel called The Sonic Stream. So it's very baby. I just opened it like a few weeks ago. So maybe you get to see a lot of good content right there.
Okay, sure. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe so that you not miss quality content like this.
I'm not rich, do that.
Okay, so see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.